Here? Okay. Go recycle it in there. My first experience with dieting was wrestling when I was a kid, and that was easy. This is very difficult. I've changed my diet, and I've changed it in such a manner that I've changed what I eat, which is a big difference. Like when I was a kid, I would just eat whatever, and then if I have to cut weight, then I would like intermittent fasting. That's pretty much what I was doing. This is totally different. I'm eating different food, which, you know, it's difficult. Like not buying the rice pudding. I'm pre-diabetic. I don't want to become diabetic. I've had candy since I was a kid. I've eaten candy. I'm not fat. I've never really been overweight. Sometimes I would get like weight, like, you know, in the midsection. I just remember when I was in my 40s, this woman that I was dating was like laughing at me, like, what happened there? It's the truth. Like, I can eat like high carb food and it just goes right to my gut real fast. So that's not good. And all that high carb food, it turns to sugar. You know, I've never been fat, but I could tell it would be easy for me to be fat. Now, everybody in my family, like all the males, my brothers, they're fat. My dad was huge. He was huge. He's probably 6'1" or 6'2". He always said he was 235. My father was 300 and above, always. You know, it was all bullshit. And my father, once again, like, my mother, this was after they were divorced, my mother claimed that my father had to be pre-diabetic. Or diabetic, that's what she said. My father never brought it up, but probably, my grandfather had diabetes. You know, it's just, I don't want it. That causes a bunch of problems. I don't want to lose my eyesight, the vascular issues, all those problems that come with being diabetic. I don't want it. I don't like needles. I don't want to come into that. I'll change my diet. Like everybody else that's watching this that is dieting. You know, you might be dieting for other reasons. You might be obese and dieting because, you know, you're morbidly obese. You have to lose weight or you're going to die. Everybody's dieting for health reasons other than like somebody that's super vain. It sucks. It's difficult. I eat totally different food. I can't. Hey, speaking of eating food, get over here. My dog Brewster's out here being a douchebag. Brewster, heel. Come on, man. Sit. He's eating grass. I don't want to eat grass. That's Brewster. Brewster, say hello. That's Brew. Brew can catch a frisbee. Can't you, Brew? That's pretty good. They want me to eat leafy greens and stuff, and I like a salad every now and then, but it's really difficult. I keep buying lettuce with the intention of making salads. Before I'd buy the pre-made salads because I don't want to make a salad. It's a hassle. So I'm buying the stuff thinking that like if I keep buying it and putting it in the refrigerator, I'll start putting lettuce in a bowl and making my own salad. It hasn't happened yet, really. Maybe I need to go back to buying the pre-made salads. The whole thing is just one good aspect of it is like meat. You know, meat, it's not going to cause a glucose spike or anything like that. I can eat dairy products, stuff like that. Most of the time what I do is I try and eat seeds and nuts. They seem to, you know, fill me up. It's just weird, like going in and not buying the rice pudding, not eating candy anymore. I ate candy when I was a kid, man. I would go up to Woods Drugs and you know, I'd spend $2 or something in the late 60s buying $2 worth of candy. It was a ton. It was a ton. And then I'd just eat all the candy. I've always eaten candy. I know there's so many millions of people that are in my boat as far as like pre-diabetic, diabetic. I know that there's people that are going to see this that know what I'm talking about. I feel like I'm craving sticky buns all the time. Captain Crunch, man, I was thinking, you know, I could go buy some Captain Crunch. I could eat some Captain Crunch. One box, big deal. No, jack up my sugar real quick. I can't do it. if you're gonna stop doing something, you just have to stop doing it. It was like when I quit drinking. You can't like ask any alcoholic that you know that doesn't drink anymore. How many times did you try and use moderation? It does not work. It doesn't. It doesn't work with any of that shit. And sugar is probably one of the most addictive things. I just never realized I was addicted. The carbs, man, the carbs, that's it. Like a drinking beer. There you go. High carbs. The carbs are almost as bad for me as like eating sugar. Sugar, it's a fucking natural, it's the sugar, it's from a plant and I'm not supposed to have it. Fruit, I do eat fruit. I have peach trees over here and I'm gonna eat the peaches and I will eat fruit. Usually I try and stick to berries because they're lower in sugar. So I buy the bag of berries, frozen berries at Walmart. Those seem to work real good. But I'm eating fruit. I had a banana the other day. It's like, you know, I eat some carbs, you know. I'll have something real high carb, like I'll have muesli. I'll eat that as this is like to get a craving for carbs. Like I'll have muesli with yogurt and then frozen berries in it. It's real difficult. I'm staying away from all those sugar alcohols, anything like that. If it sounds artificial or whatever, forget it. Forget it. I'm not doing it. That just doesn't sound good. So I find myself, this is true, I have glasses with me all the time. If I'm somewhere and I'm gonna eat something, I look at the package. I look for, you know, sugars. How many sugars? Oh, 2 grams, I can eat it. There's stuff out there, there's alternatives. I'm just used to eating a certain way. That's the toughest thing about this. If a dog's here, I'm training a dog, and I'm up and down all the time, I might not go walk 1 or 2 miles, or 3 miles, whatever. Right now, I'm doing a lot of gardening. I'm using that as exercise. I'm just staying active, and that seems to help. My blood sugar the other day was like 87, which is like great. Like I woke up and it was 87. So something's working. I'm also drinking a lot of chaga. I don't know. I don't know. The chaga, they say that can help, and it seems to be helping. So I'm drinking the chaga. I'm staying more active. I think the one key thing that I picked up from my doctor is, one, she called my bluff. I said that I couldn't exercise because I had a bad hip. And I went for years saying this to myself, like, I'm saving my hip for work or whatever. I'm resting my hip. That doesn't work. That just makes it worse. Don't do that. But what she said to me was like, you need to exercise. And I said, I can't because of the hip. And then she said, well, you could do upper body. So I was like, fuck it, don't puss out, just start walking. So I'm walking and I'm not being sedimentary. It just rings in my head when she said this. She said, if you're sitting longer for an hour and a half, get up and walk around. Don't do that. It's so true. I remember I was working on shirts for Teespring for my YouTube account. And for like 4 days, I would just, either I was taking the dogs out or I was in front of the computer designing shit. For like 4 days straight, I remember my feet felt like they had neuropathy. It was like my legs were like lead. It was just horrible. So out of this, that's one good thing that has really happened, is that I've started exercising, I've started walking, and I'm just much more active. I will never sit for an hour and a half straight. I have no idea how you people that do jobs like that are doing that. It clearly affects your legs. It does. It really affects your legs. Now, I do find myself, if it's going to be a longer period of time that I'm working on the computer, I put the computer up, and I stand up and do this stuff. But man, just hearing her say, like, don't sit longer than an hour and a half, it really makes sense. I do a long day anyway. I do a 13-hour, 14-hour day usually, but if, like, a dog wasn't here, I might sit in front of the computer designing stuff or whatever. So, just sucks. I know. Everybody that's on a diet knows this sucks. The food isn't as good as the stuff you're used to, but I think that a lot of stuff is an acquired taste, and as humans, I think we can all get used to something. I got used to not drinking. I got used to not smoking cigs. You know, caffeine. You can get used to it. You just have to stick with it. And when you get that urge, like I had the urge, like for the Captain Crunch, just don't do it. Do something else. I can't remember what I did, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. That just make matters worse. You know, I'm 56. I don't want to have a heart condition. I don't want vascular problems. I want to be able to see right now from a distance. I have 20/20 vision. I only need glasses for reading. That's it. So I don't want to be diabetic, and that's why I'm changing my diet. I'm just bitching and moaning, and I'm just saying anybody else that hears this that's doing the same thing, just stick with it. What are you gonna do? You want to take a shot? You want to have more health problems when you could just eat something different? You'll get used to it. That's what I'm saying. Oh, by the way, Kind bars. Some of those Kind bars have 5 grams of sugar. It works as a candy bar. I had one, and it just sort of helped that craving. 5 grams of sugar is not a lot. By the way, in general, you shouldn't have any more than 35 grams of sugar a day, where I was probably having, oh God, I would eat a Snickers, a Reese's, rice pudding would be a meal. 35 grams. So start looking at what you're doing, because I'll tell you one thing, I didn't get it about type 2 diabetes. I didn't get it. I was always like, I'm not gonna have diabetes. Look at me. I'm not fat. Just keep eating that sugar, you're gonna get diabetes. Do not eat that shit, it's poison. That's the way I see it. I gave up soda too. Red Bull, I gave up Red Bull. No Red Bull. I'm training Bear to recycle. He can do a reverse retrieve. A reverse retrieve is exactly how it sounds. Instead of going and getting something and bringing it to you, you're giving something to the dog and taking it someplace, like taking a water bottle to a receptacle. So he can do this, and I have him doing paper too, so he's used to picking up these objects and aluminum, but he's not used to a smashed aluminum can. And this he's never done. I don't know if he's gonna do it. There's a couple things in here. This, I don't know if he's gonna do it. He might. If there's any if I have any trouble with him, if he drops it or anything, he needs to pick it up. I might have to put a leash on him. I have a leash with me. I might even have to take him closer, like walk closer with him to the receptacle, but let's give it a shot. Let's see how he does. Okay, put it in there. Good boy. Here. No, heel. Bear, hold. Go put it in there. Good boy. Here. Come on, buddy, here. Hold. Go put it in there. Beautiful. Bear, here. Come on, buddy, here. Hold. Put it in there. You got it, dude. You got this. Hang on. Big one. Come here. Here, heel. Come on, buddy, heel. Hold. Go put it in there. Perfect. Okay, here. Over here. Come on, heel. Bear, get it. Okay, put it in there. Nice. Hang on, one more. 2 more. No, Bear, heel. Hold. Put it in there. Beautiful. Bear, here. One more. Come on. Put it in there. Good. Now recycle this paper, dude. You can do it. Come here. Let's do it right. Come on, buddy. Over here. Okay, hold. No, Bear, here. Here. Come here. Bear, that one. Paper. Beautiful. Come back here. Do this one that you hate. Put it in there. Beautiful. Come on, buddy. You got it. Big finish. Come on. Here. Hold. No. Hold. Put it in there. Beautiful. Perfect. Do the magazine. Recycle this. Hold. Put it in there. Beautiful. Do this one now. Here. Hold. Put it in there. Beautiful. Here. One more. You got it, man. You got it. Okay, hold. Put it in there. Beautiful. Good job, Bear. Don't jump on me. Good boy. Okay, go. Hurry. You did it, dude. I'm in Home Depot with Bear, and as soon as we walked in, there's a lot of head, turning, looking for people, a lot of tail wagging. all we're doing is walking around here, and when he does this, I'm telling him no. Because he can't be in a store acting like this thinking that people are going to pet him. It's so screwed up. That's what he's looking for. He's looking for attention, and he's excited. When dogs are excited, they bark, lunge, bite, or just don't listen. So if somebody walked up, as excited as he is, he could jump on someone. That's why I have him on a very short leash. See how short the leash is? Bear, sit. No, sit. It wasn't totally horrible in Home Depot with Bear, but it wasn't real good either. When we went in, there was a huge amount of excitement, and this was the last time that we were in stores he was doing this, and that's that he's like, his tail's wagging real fast, and he's looking around for somebody to give him attention. And he's a good-looking dog, so he's going to get it, so it's a problem. So he has to know that, like, I'm not into this shit. And he also has this other weird behavior, which is like when we go in the stores, he shakes. And I'm not talking about shaking like a bird dog on, you know, that's pointing, or like a dog that isn't used to seeing the subway come in. Not that kind of shake. He's shaking like he has water on him, like this. He's doing that shit. That's not going to fly with me. That's a behavior he's doing when he's excited. So I don't want this behavior. So anytime, we're going in Walmart right now, anytime he's doing this, I'm going to correct him. I don't need this. I don't need this. Like, he'll actually like sort of stop and shake. And I'm like, you're supposed to be at heel, dude. See what I'm saying? You're supposed to be at heel. You're not supposed to be doing this, and it's not going to fly with me. So that's not going to cut it. So we're going to be doing a lot of videos of Bear going in stores for the next 2 months, or 2 weeks. Because this is bullshit. It's bullshit. They didn't have pork loin, and they didn't have chicken leg quarters, so we're gonna go someplace else. And we're walking around the lot because I forgot where I parked, which is fine because there's people out here. And that seems to be like an issue with him. It's like he thinks he's gonna get petted. Clearly. No, you're not getting petted, dude. No, nobody should be giving the dog that they don't know any attention. You shouldn't. You should just keep walking. Leave everybody's dog alone. A little bit better. He's starting to pick up on that. Like, if you ain't wet, you don't need to be shaking, dude. You know, I don't buy into this bullshit with, oh, if the dog wants to do it, crap. He's doing it when he's in an excited situation, so that leads me to believe he shouldn't be doing it. It's like a nervous tick. Well, you better not be nervous, dude. You're with me. I told you we're going in this fucking store. Get it together, Bear. Now, see how his tail is up, but it's not wagging? That's what I want to see. I don't need no fucking fast wag from no dog. We're going in a store. You better calm down, brother. So they don't have pork loin. They don't have chicken. I don't know. We might have to go to several stores to get this. I'm going to try my new favorite grocery store, which is Wegmans, because they have a great cheese department. And while I'm there, maybe I'll get some Limburger, because that shit was awesome. He has a real cocky attitude. He does. He knows he can get attention from people because of the way that he looks. The service dog vest keeps people at bay a little bit, but there's always you know, there was this girl that was clearly trying to get his attention, and the kids, fuck. So he could do so much stuff right now. He can recycle from 20 feet away. I'm gonna add in paper so he could recycle paper and plastic. He's great from 20 feet away. He's doing that, and he will take the object out of the receptacle if I ask him to. So if we have to spend the rest of the time, you know, just taking him in stores, not even buying stuff, that's what I'm gonna do. He needs to get this. He needs to be better at this. He's not gonna be perfect, of course, but he needs to be a whole lot better. He's young, so he can't be perfect at this. Dogs don't finish out right away. You're gonna have to keep working him on everything that he learned with me, and we're gonna go over all this, and he has to be compliant for you with this stuff too. Go over all this, but you really want to work him on everything, even the stuff that you're like, I don't really need Bear to do that. You should go over it, you know, keep drilling your dog, because he's so young, man. He's only about a year old. We're at my new favorite grocery store. I never knew that this was here, and it's way off, like off the beaten path. And as I was driving in here, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, nobody, if you didn't live in the area, you might not know that this existed. And then I'm thinking, oh, you know, everybody has smartphones now, so it doesn't really matter. Just type in grocery store and it would come up. Put you on GPS and there it is. I don't know how we got along, you know, how we dealt with things 25 years ago. I was talking about this with Jinian. Like, what do we use? Like the library? Are you kidding me? I'm not going to a library. The encyclopedia? Give me a break. The phone book. The phone book was used a lot. This is the grocery store that has all the hotties in it in the area. It's no good because I have Bear here. I learned about grocery stores a long time ago watching, no, that's that shaking bullshit. Watching Happy Days. Fonzie told Richie Cunningham, if you want to get boned, do it at the grocery store and just take your cart and just slam it into the broad that you want to meet. Oh, I'm sorry. But then Fonzie slammed it into Mrs. C's cart, you know. You can't be sleeping with her. I see a noticeable difference in his excitement level. We're just going to keep doing this. We'll just come back. I'm not going to get everything I need today because we're going to come back here tomorrow. Bear, sit. Good boy. You're doing good. Some asshole lady with her husband. They were about my age. Oh, look, it's a rescue. Fuck you. Get out of here. It has a service dog vest on you. I'm sorry. People make me sick. Did real good this time. I'd give him about a 85. At Home Depot, I would have rated him at about a 50. At Walmart, he was about a 75. So we'll be here tomorrow. Seriously, that was much better. We'll just I'll just run down to the store to get milk. I'll come down here to get milk just to make an excuse. Concentrating working with Bear, so I wasn't looking for hotties. Bear was with me. I was concentrating on making sure that nobody touched Bear and Bear didn't touch anybody. That's key. You can't let that happen. If it happens, you can quickly train the dog that, you know, he's going to get something from strangers. Don't ever let strangers pet your dog. It's a fool's game. The dog is excited at the very least, and then a stranger's petting it, so you're conditioning that excitement into the dog. And if the dog jumps on somebody or something, the same thing, the dog's getting something. If the dog is shaking and it's nervous and somebody's petting it, you're conditioning that dog to be nervous and shaky, so don't do it. This notion that socializes the dog, it doesn't. It fucks the dog up. Socializing your dog is having your dog around people and being calm. That's socializing your dog. Socializing your dog with other dogs is about having your dog around other dogs and remaining calm. Not jumping up on the other dog. That's not good. Anybody that's telling you that's socializing the dog, that's training the dog to fight. Don't be stupid. Now this grocery store is awesome. I'm coming back here tomorrow. I did not see really any hotties because I'm concentrating on making sure things go good with Bear. I got to get this accomplished. He's going home soon. But I did see one, and it was an older hottie. She looked like she was in her 40s, maybe early 50s, but I could tell. I was looking at her. I'm going, she was a gymnast at one point. You could just tell. How can you tell? I don't want to be vulgar, so I'm not going to talk about it, but I could tell. You know, sort of like that, like a little shelf, like you could put your beer can on. You know what I'm talking about. Most guys know what I'm talking about. Not a total bubble, but a real nice shelf, which you usually don't see that in some woman that age. Come on, man. It was crazy. Look, I didn't look. I did not look. I just glanced over. I noticed it, and then I stopped looking. This is my pit bull Harley. That's Har. She's been living with me for quite some time. I don't talk about her too much. Harley's sort of a special case. She was a bottle-fed dog, and she had owners, and the owners were having a baby, and Harley had bit the soon-to-be mom several times, and a neighbor, and it just didn't seem like things were going to go well. So Harley lives with me. She's a bottle-fed dog, so there's always going to be sort of this confusion. That is not a positive thing for dogs. It screws up their status. They're always going to be sort of stupid socially around dogs and people. You have to watch them. It's better if Harley lived with me than be put down. That's the way I look at it. I mean, she's fine with me. She gets along with my dogs. I watch her around some of them, but, you know, it just seemed to make a lot of sense that I would take her. Is she a hassle? Yeah, it's another dog. But I don't have so many. I mean, I know dog trainers that have 12, 13 dogs. Like, what the hell is that? You would have to have a staff on hand at that point. Look at old Harley. Look at Snarly. I've never regretted Harley living with me. She's old now. How long we been together, Har? She's real old for a pit. She's having some allergies. I see her ears are sort of red. It's okay. She's doing pretty good. She's God damn, how old are you? Harley must be 12 or 13, something like that. Harley's been on a raw diet ever since she started living with me. She's been eating raw chicken as the base. Her teeth look great. That's one thing, that pet food will just destroy your dog's teeth. It just will look horrible within a year. My dog Mango had seizures. That's sort of the thing where I switched to raw diet. He's 19 or 20 now, something like that. He was having seizures. He's on phenobarbital. I switched him to a raw diet. I noticed a change. I was talking to I have a friend that's a veterinarian, and I told her, I said, I want to start stepping him off of the phenobarbital. She said, okay, let's give it a shot. Stepped him off the phenobarbital. I think in the last, 13 years, maybe he's had a seizure since he went to the raw diet, something like that, twice. I'm at Walmart with Bear. He'll probably do pretty good. Wegmans has this like air conditioner or some kind of like ventilation system as you walk in through the sliding doors. That kind of spooks him a little bit, so we're gonna, he was doing good when we left. I didn't leave until he was functioning, but we'll give Wegmans a break. And then we'll go to Walmart today, and then we'll go back to Wegmans tomorrow. There's a golden in here that's being used as a guide dog that clearly has no guide dog training. As soon as it saw Bear, it started barking. It's a fucking mess. They're telling it to sit, sit, sit. It's a joke. It's not a guide dog. You know, the man's blind though. He's clearly blind. These Caine bars have 5 grams of sugar. They taste good. This is a good product. There, whoa. It's a good boy. We're going this way, dude. Neil. Notice how he's healing on me, not the cart. He starts healing on the cart. I correct him with the backward motion and inward like that. Say no, heel. Sit. We're about to take a corner, and there's a guy with a cart, and it's a real tight situation. Watch how Bear responds. He does real good. This is really a tight squeeze. No, he doesn't get barn sour. Boy. Bear down. No, Bear not down. Bad. That's a very good boy. He's getting Bear, this. Sit. He's doing great. No, Bear. Sit. Good boy. Bear down. Good boy. Bear, sit. You got it. That's good. Good job, buddy. No, don't do that. That cashier in the first line that I was in just kept running her mouth. She wouldn't shut up. I'm in the line listening to this woman gabbing about whatever, bagging shit real slow. If you don't like your job, go find another job. If you're gonna just sit around and you think that it's social time, you know, you're working. Stop fucking talking. Learn how to run the register. Bear up, kennel. it was clear that that cashier was really new at this. Real new at this. And she's having issues. And for 4 minutes, she kept trying to fix it herself. What the fuck, man? You call a manager if you don't know what you're doing. If you're having problems, you don't just... By the time that I got out of my new line, the person that was in the line ahead of me, she was getting out of that line too. So all my stuff got rung up. Fucking... God damn it. Fucking quit or fucking fire the woman or... It's just ridiculous. God, I hate getting in a line like that. I got this from my dad. My dad, we would be in a store, like a Venture. A Venture's a store like Target. And we'd have stuff, and then the line, something happens or whatever, the line's huge. He's just like, put the stuff down, let's get out of here. I have shit to do. He had shit to do. You know? I learned it from my dad. I think about like just leaving the stuff. Fuck it, I'm out of here. But I need it. Kettle. I'm teaching Bear a new game, and what the new game is that I have him at heel, and then I cast him up onto the tire, and then I call him the heel, and we repeat this over and over again. And this stuff that you don't think is a big deal for a dog, it's a huge deal for a dog, and everybody should be doing this with their dog. And while we're doing this, he's screwing up here. I'm making him do it right. I'm using discipline. That's discipline, making the dog get up on the tire like I told him to. But one thing that I'm doing about this, as far as like positive reinforcement goes, is that I'm letting him run after he's been doing it good. I let him like haul ass around the yard. Running is positive reinforcement. That's why there's nonsense about using food. I see how I'm making him come into heel proper. Using food as positive reinforcement is nonsense. It conditions your dog to be excited. It makes them terrible around food. They like a lot of stuff. You can use anything the dog likes for positive reinforcement. And this dog likes to run, and this dog can haul ass. I mean, absolutely haul ass. I'm telling him to go in the down position. Try it again. Up. And then I'm going to cast him back up onto the tire. Heel. And then if he's being good here, I'm probably going to let him haul ass if he goes down in the down position. Good job. Good boy. But running is positive reinforcement for the dog. So is petting. Okay, so why are you giving your dog hot dogs and cheese? See, he loves running. He loves running. So why am I going to give him food? Why are you giving your dog food? It's tied into the dog's survival. Tonka will do this too. It's too important for the dog. Don't bring food into the equation. He's running in between stuff. He doesn't run into stuff, but at that speed worries me. But they're dogs, so he's functioning like a dog. But I mean, he's really going fast, and there's a lot of plants, and there's a lot of stuff in this yard that he could bump into, but he doesn't. Dogs are amazing, man. He is really hauling ass. He's probably going at top speed. That dog probably goes 25, 30 miles an hour, something like that. He's about as fast as Tonka. He's drinking some water over there right now. I'm using running as positive reinforcement. I'm also using the act of him coming to heel and going up on the place target as positive reinforcement. I also pet him. You don't have to use food to train your dog. It's just a fool's approach to use with training your dog. You condition excitement into your dog by using food. You condition the dog to be excited around food. Anytime you have food in your hand or you're eating, the dog thinks it's going to eat. Don't use food to train your dog. The act itself, the command, is positive reinforcement. You can tell the dog it's doing a good job. He's totally responsive to me. Watch this. Bear, heel. Right here, buddy. No, over here. Heel. Sit. Okay, Bear, kennel. Bear, heel. Bear, kennel. So we're working on several things. We're working on heel. We're working on sit. And just general obedience. you know? But you teach the dog to do these things as it's a game. You don't use food. You just, everything's a game to the dog. You just keep the dog working its entire life and keep conditioning everything in and working the dog, and you won't have any problems. Here, he's screwed up, right? So I stopped him. I said, told him to get back up. Yeah, see? It's no big deal. So if he's compliant here, I'm going to let him haul ass. See? He was compliant. Now you can go. You have to fucking work the dog. You have to train the dog. Training is a lifetime of your dog.
Perfect. Good job. Okay, get up there.
Look at his tail. Look at his body language. He likes doing it.
There, heel. No, heel.
This kind of stuff this dog really likes because this dog's super athletic.
Sit.
I have to be careful with positive reinforcement with this dog, actually.
That's real good.
If you go overboard with the dog, they'll screw up. So if I give him a real heavy praise, he might really screw up.
Sit.
He might jump on me with a real heavy praise. You have to watch the dog. Each dog is different. Some dogs can handle, more praise and need more praise to get him excited. This dog is an excitable dog. He needs very little praise.
Sit. Bear up.
This is repetitive action. This is what trains your dog. It's repetitive. You're not going to get the dog. Don't take your dog to those stupid puppy classes, okay?
Sit.
That's going to screw your dog up. That'll screw your dog up. That's not going to train your dog.
Good boy. You're a good boy. Bear heel.
Just it's repetition. You have to work with the dog daily. If you can't work with the dog daily to get it to a point, then send it off. Like Bear's mom is smart. Like, send it off. Get some stuff done so she can step in and start doing this stuff too.
Down.
She loves her dog.
Good.
You love your dog. You know that they want to work. You got to work them.
So I worked him under 5 minutes. We used discipline. He had exercise, and I kept him under control. This is a positive experience for him. He's chilling right now. He's been running around. He got some water. Now we'll go in and we'll let him decompress, and we might do the same exercise later. But you have to use discipline. You don't have to use food to train your dog. That's ridiculous. The act itself is positive reinforcement. You don't have to use food. None of the dogs that I train, including the puppies, do I use food. We have 4 million dogs dying every year because of this nonsense. Because if you use food, the person that doesn't understand dogs thinks that it's effective because they see that the dog is responsive. They're looking at the food. They want to do something for the food. But in the long run, you train your dog to just be horrible. They're not compliant. You're bribing the dog. They're not going to work unless you have that fanny pack on. And training your dog with hot dogs, cheese, if you used a positive reinforcement trainer, purely positive trainer that wants you to use that kind of, hot dogs aren't healthy for a human. Why would you want to give it to your dog? Your dog it doesn't matter. The dog will eat whatever you tell it to eat. Your dog should be on a raw diet anyway. And cheese, all mammals, once they're weaned, are lactose intolerant. So to give that to your dog is just foolish. You shouldn't be doing that. Dogs shouldn't be eating cheese. Would he eat cheese? Yes. Is it good for him? No, it's horrible for him. Even human beings, there's so many human beings that are lactose intolerant because they don't have the proper gene. But people of European descent, because they were, eating milk or whatever, they acquired this gene. So that's why when you go to the grocery store, you see all these products that are lactose free. But your dog is not going to have that gene, and you're not supposed to be giving your dog and your cat dairy products. It's very bad. Bear, you're a good boy. Bear, get back up there, will you? You're a good boy. Here, come over here. Heel. Over here, heel. Sit. It's a good boy, dude. Nice job. He's tired. I'm going to let him go rest, and we'll come back out later and work. You got to go to the bathroom before we go in? Hurry, hurry. Go on, hurry, hurry.
So there's the fire going, and this is over 24 hours later. Over 24 hours later, there's still a motherfucking fire going. A little bit about me. I was a fireman in the military. I went to fire school on 4 different occasions. And I know a bad thing when I see it. This is nuts. If wind kicks up, there's kids around here that ride motorcycles, and some of them are very small. There's a 6-year-old that rides in that field that I saw him. He jumps the motorcycle. It's like in 1st, 2nd grade. He'll jump the motorcycle. Man, I would be flipping out. I would never let my kid do that. There's no fucking way. Or a 4-wheeler or anything like that. No way. I had a motorcycle when I was 16. But as younger than that, man, my mother wouldn't allow it. My cousins had like mini bikes and shit. My mother wouldn't allow it. But as soon as I was 16, I had a motorcycle, but I was 16. In 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, 8th grade, come on, man. Children just don't seem responsible enough, and they're gonna do stupid shit. Your kid could die on that. The little kid that rides in this back field, he's so little. He's going like 30 miles an hour on a fucking mini bike. It's like maybe faster, maybe 40. He's rapping that thing out, and he's just screaming across the field. I don't know. I don't have a kid, but see, this is me. I'm glad that I don't have a kid. I was talking to a friend of mine about this once, that if I had a kid, I'd want to put hockey gear on them every time they went out so that they didn't get hurt. Whenever they went out, I'd be flipping out. I'd be worrying about them. I worry about, my animal family. If I'm gone longer than 2 hours, I start worrying about them. I don't know. I just, I'm not passing judgment on you parents that let your kids ride bikes. I mean, certainly there's people that do it, that end up going into motocross. They're doing it from the time that they're young. They really excel at it. That is a sport, definitely, when they're doing stuff like that. That's just seems insane. Jumping, what is that, 30 feet in the air? That's what it looks like when they're doing that shit. I think it's amazing, but man, to have my kid doing that, I guess if you did it as a kid, you'd be more apt to I'm going to get my kid a mini bike. It wasn't allowed. I mean, I remember my cousins had a Honda, and it was at my grandmother's house, and I wanted to drive it. And I was only allowed to ride on the back of it, but then my cousins were allowed. It just fucking sucked. Maybe that's why I got a motorcycle when I was 16. I had 3 different motorcycles, and I thank my lucky stars that I did not get killed. I can remember one time when I was 16, I was drunk. I was on, what was I on then? Maybe the Kawasaki 400, and I was on the highway, and I was, real fast. I had it as fast as it would go, and the front wheel, I started getting a shake on the front wheel, and then the whole bike was shaking, and then there was this thing of do I hit the back brake or the front brake, because, I'm about ready to wipe out. I knew that I had to slow down, and as I let off the throttle, the wobble got worse. So I was in this, it was just I got to make a choice here. And I can't remember if I used the front brake or the back brake, but whatever I did slowed it down. I remember pulling over underneath a viaduct right after this happened. I was shaking, I had to get off the bike. I was shaking. I was, it was a near-death experience. I really thought that I was going to die. I have friends that have motorcycles to this day. My dad had a bike, rode it until he was 78. I just have no desire to get a 4th bike. I don't need it. I was lucky with the 3. Nothing happened. I'm at Wegmans again with Bear. He seems calmer than he was the other day. That's good. That's what we want to see. I'm here. I'm making up excuses to come here. No, not for that. But it's a hottie hot spot, that's for sure. I want to check out ice cream, no sugar added ice cream, and I want to see if they have any type of alternative coffee. Like I'd buy barley coffee if I saw it, or chicory maybe, or dandelion coffee. It can't have caffeine in it. I don't drink caffeine anymore. It's pointless. It is. It's just pointless. So that's it. That's pretty much all we're looking for. But I'm trying this. This is real low in sugar, real low in carbs. Stevia. It's made with stevia and monk fruit. I'm gonna try it. Yeah, this grocery store is awesome. They have all kinds of stuff that that would be healthier for me. Yeah, they got barley coffee. They have lapini beans here, which is awesome. It's just like I'm back in Brooklyn. I can get everything that I can get in Brooklyn here in this grocery store. It's pretty awesome. I'm very happy about this. This grocery store is like MILF Central. That's what it is. They're hotties, but they're older. Real attractive women come here. I've got a minor issue here. There's a ventilation when you go right into the store, and it's making Bear sort of barn sour. He can't be barn sour, so we're sort of stuck here, going in and out of the door until he becomes compliant. There's no other way to do it. Sometimes, it takes time, and you just have to be patient. He's gonna get this. He's getting it already. Here. Heel. No, heel. Come over here, heel. You're alright, heel. Sit. It's fine. See? It's nothing, right? Told you. It's nothing. It's just air conditioning. Heel. It's manageable. It was better than when we went into Home Depot yesterday, for sure. There was a asshole in line behind us that was jiggling her fucking keys. It was clear that she was trying to get the dog's attention. What is with the person that has to get the dog's attention? The kissing noise, the jiggling of keys, the staring and smiling at the dog. What the fuck is the matter with you people? Do you have any common sense? You don't, do you? Leave everybody's dog alone. Don't fuck with the dog. If you know me, you see me with the dog, do not fucking mess with the dog. I know what that lady was doing. Fucking jerk. Every time I take Bear in a store and nobody touches him and he behaves, I mean, he's not out of control. He's totally controllable. But if I gave him a lot of leash or something, there might be issues. Your dog should be on a short leash anyway if you're doing that. If you're going in a store, you have to take into consideration that people are assholes. They will try and encourage your dog to do stupid shit. There was a woman right behind us fucking jiggling her keys. I knew what she was doing. Bear was all right, he was manageable for sure. I mean, it wasn't like anybody was looking at Bear going, "Oh look, that's not a service dog, he's out of control." That wasn't going on. Is he as calm as I would like him? No. But he's also about a year old too, so he's got some green on the table. He is gonna slow down a lot over the next year and a half. The trick with your dog is don't let stuff happen. Don't let problems start. Don't let the strangers pet your dog. Don't let the strangers touch your dog. That's just gonna be horrible. That's gonna be horrible. You're gonna be conditioning the dog to do something you don't want it to do. And if somebody says, "Can I pet your dog?" just say no and keep walking. Don't explain anything to him. Get the dog out of there, because I guarantee you the asshole that says, can I pet your dog, it's got a service dog vest on, they will do whatever to distract your dog. They don't care. They'll stand there looking at your dog, looking down at your dog, smiling. They don't give a shit about your dog. Nobody cares about your dog more than you, or if you pay me. And in that case, I'm like even, more hardcore than the owner's gonna be. But as an owner, if you want a good dog and you're going in, taking it in stores and stuff, you have to make sure that this does not happen. Don't let anybody touch your dog, and if somebody wants to touch your dog, wants to ask to pet your dog, there's people on the internet, they think it's okay if I ask. No, it's not. It's not, because some idiot might have a dog and not know. Do you see the point? Don't ask. If you're one of these people, no, it's okay if I ask. No, it's not. And it's not okay if you ask and then you get turned on and you still have to sit there and stare at the dog and smile. Don't stare at a dog and don't smile at a dog. If you don't know why I'm saying that, why do I have to explain this? This is absolutely absurd. You're staring at a dog, you're challenging the dog. You smile when animals show teeth. When a dog shows its teeth, it's being it's like, get the fuck away from me, okay? Or it's not just get away from me, like, it's aggression. You're not helping by smiling at the dog. If a dog's baring its teeth at you, what would you do? You would back off, right? You're gonna be freaking out the dog. You're gonna get him excited. You just don't get it, do you? People just don't understand. It's just amazing. Like, tell you what's a real bummer is I just passed this dead fox in the road. That bums me out, man. I like those things. I like them a lot. They're fucking bitching. Yeah, they're little dogs. They're just little dogs. They act so similar. If you see them in the wild, like I would see them in Kansas City, Missouri. I was driving a cab there right after college. And I would see them down on the plaza. They come up Brush Creek, and I would see them just like, and you could roll down the window, like if you whistle to them, they turn their head. They're just, it's a canid. It's not a dog, but it's a dog. Fuck it, it's a dog. You know it, and I know it. It's pretty much a dog. Other than some, minor differences. Biological differences, it's a dog. It's pretty much the same. They can't mate with a dog, but it certainly functions like a dog. I'm not saying I'm gonna get one, but living in Beaver Dams, I bet that I could have a fennec fox for sure. My neighbor has an ostrich, You could probably have anything in this area, I would imagine. The fennec fox, though, I mean, they're cute. It looks and acts, functions like a little dog. I'm not so sure it's a good thing to be breeding them. We have 4 million dogs dying every year. There's plenty of dogs, so, like if I was gonna get a fennec fox, I'd sort of feel guilty, like I could probably go find a dog and make sure that the dog doesn't end up in an animal shelter being put down. So would it make sense for me to get a fennec fox? No, I could go get a Chihuahua. I'm at Walmart with Bear, still working on him being calm in stores. We were just at the garden supply place. He did okay, but there was a golden retriever and the guy, did not have control, and it was really, and Goldens are very active. So just amping Bear up, it wasn't helpful. We walked around outside for a little bit, went to the garden center before we came in here, get him calmer. It's a young dog, he's very young, he's about a year old. He's doing good, good job, Bear. Bear, sit. Good job, buddy. Let's go get a cart. Heel. I'm looking for doormats, and what we're gonna do with Bears, we'll use the doormats, transfer them into that instead of using like the tires, because I think it's unrealistic that his mom is going to have tires in her backyard. She might want them, but like doormats, you know, she could get them anywhere. She could have them set up in her backyard and she could work Bear. So that's what we're looking for. Now Chippy, we used placemats. That's how small Chippy was. Chippy was a 5-pound Yorkie. And placemats work. He could have sat on a, you know, deck of playing cards. He was pretty tiny. They have them. I think any of these would work. I want whatever's cheapest, like $1.98. That sounds good, right, Bear? Bear's cool with the $1.98. Some alien activity.